Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/idon'tworkherelady, where people tell us their craziest stories on when they got mistaken for being an employee at somewhere they didn't work. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax and enjoy some Reddit stories. I got fired. I'm not sure if this belongs here, I just wanted to share this experience that happened a few years ago. One day, when I was in college, a teacher for a 3-hour class took a leave. My classmates said she posted it on Facebook, but I was one of those unlucky individuals who hate social media and failed to get the notice. Now, I am at school too early and have nothing to do for the next 3 hours. I decided to go to a nearby mall. Common rule was they're not allowed to let students come in during school days if they are wearing our school uniform. So, I took off my school uniform and wore just my plain white t-shirt, black pants and dress shoes. The mall will open in about 15 minutes, so I just stood by the entrance and wait for it to open. A guard approached me and told me that I could use the employee entrance. I thought she just allowed me as an exception because it was a rather hot day that day and I was visibly melting under the sun, so I thanked her and entered through the side. It's my first time entering through the employee entrance, and so I was looking around a little lost where to go next. A staff approached me angrily. I was not really attentive because I was caught off guard, but I think she was a manager of some sorts based on her uniform.
"You're late! How many times do I have to tell you guys to come on time?"
"I'm sorry ma'am, but She immediately cuts me off to continue her rant.
Reasons. What excuse are you going to tell me now? And you think you can sneak in again without me noticing her?
"But ma'am..."
But, no more buts. You have been here just for a few days and you already got me into so much trouble. Go punch in your card now quick or I'll get you fired this instant.
Me, shuffling my bag, reaching for my school ID, hoping to show it to her instead.
Time card! Are you deaf or just stupid? Don't tell me you forgot it again. You know what? You're fired. Get your face off here. You're fired.
I turned back and walked away. It's my fault because I entered the wrong side, but that was a really scary experience. It had been a wake-up call for me to work hard and finish my degree. I don't want to end up in that kind of situation if I was an actual employee. I don't know if she actually had the power to fire a subordinate like that, but the way she screams, I think she actually can. Up to this day, I don't know if she even realised I was not even an employee in the mall. I hope the poor guy who was supposed to be the target of her anger did not get into so much trouble because of my stupidity. I'm pretty sure even with a degree, you can still get managers like that, so all she needs to do is hope that she doesn't get a manager like that. On the opposite end of an I don't work here lady. Listen, I've had it happen to me before. I've come into a grocery store wearing my work polo and name tag, and I've been confused with being an employee there. It happens. I laugh it off, politely say I don't work there, and luckily for me, they've all been pleasant experiences. But once, I was the lady. Saw a woman in a work polo and name tag helping on the self-checkout register across from me. I was buying beer and needed someone to check my card. I waited for her to finish talking to him, and once I saw her walking away, I politely said, "Excuse me?" She turned around, and I started asking if she could check my ID, and her response was, I don't work here. Can't you see my name tag? I work at Lowe's." She was very snide about it. Even still, I apologized and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I saw you helping him and I thought you worked here." She said, "That's my dad," in a very rude, condescending way. I let it go and just waited for an actual employee. It happens a lot, but don't be a douche over a simple misunderstanding. People make mistakes, man. Now, if someone gets aggressive about their own mistake, then I have no qualms about being a douchebag back. She should have said something like, "With these cataracts, I can't see that far to read your name tag," and then she should look all sad and make them feel guilty about being rude. My first I don't work here lady. And second. And third. There is a computer and electronics store I frequent. Rare is the week I don't go at least once. Going 2 or 3 times is common. This is always for work. I know where everything is, everybody knows me on site,
and I guess I just blend right in. But only rarely does anybody ask if I work there. That day was different, and I don't know why. I was decked out in all my business casual glory. Brown hiking boots, black pants, deep blue button-down shirt, work badge on the lanyard around my neck, same as always. But something was different. I was asked if I worked there 6 times that day. "Excuse me, do you work here?" "Sorry, but I don't, but I might be able to answer your question anyway." "Oh, you look like you do. I saw the lanyard." 3 of them just wandered away. One asked where the Cat 5 cables were, aisle 2, left side, halfway down. One needed a DP/HDMI cable, second to the last aisle, next to the TV wall mounts, right side. One wanted to know how to get the Wi-Fi to his back room. Options are to have a cable pulled, easy enough, or get a more powerful Wi-Fi system. Either a mesh kit if you want to spend the extra money, or mount a UBIQ UITI, AP, 2/3 of the way down the house, should work. But every house is different. Then, I checked out and left. So basically what we learnt there is this guy's probably more helpful than most employees. He should probably work there. Dude, I'm just waiting for my PS4. So, this all happened in 2015. I'm an Argentinian video game journalist that travelled for the first time to Los Angeles to attend E3. One of my most anticipated games, Batman Arkham Knight, was released only days after the expo was over, and I was able to try it out. It was a blast. Loved the game. And at the Warner Bros booth, they gave me a super nice t-shirt that I still wear these days. Thing is, when the expo was over, I travelled to New York just for vacations and decided to buy a PlayStation 4, which I didn't have at that moment. And there was a special bundle featuring Batman Arkham Knight that I totally wanted to have. So, the day that the game was released, I went to the nearest GameStop wearing the t-shirt I got from E3 and asked for the PS4 bundle, which I was very lucky because they only had one remaining. And a very nice guy went to go look for it. The thing is, every single employee, 5, maybe 6, was wearing the exact same t-shirt that I was wearing, and every other customer that walked in started asking me any kind of questions that I was glad to answer, followed by, "I don't work here, sorry," and many laughs. There was this other dude that started yelling at me because his pre-order didn't arrive on time. Even one of the GameStop employees asked me to move some boxes to the storage room, and I was like, "Man, you don't even know who you work with." In the end, it was an awkward but very funny situation, and I walked away very happy with my new PS4. I always see this, like, why do employees not even know their fellow co-workers? Like, surely you've got to have some sort of idea. Karen accuses us of favoritism for an employee who isn't ours. This is more of an I don't work here lady I witnessed/intervened in. I used to work at a grocery store deli. I hated it. Midday one Saturday, it is absolutely mobbed. We are short-staffed and the line was overwhelming. So, I'm doing my best to stay calm and focused. It doesn't help that I'm 5 foot. The counter is 4'5". I literally have to wave to some customers for them to see that I'm there. Important. As I mentioned, there is a line, but a blonde Karen and her 2 offspring disregarded it entirely. Instead, the 3 of them are doing their damnedest to interrupt every customer we beckon to the counter. Her son attempts to commandeer the order I'm currently taking, but I tell him to wait his turn. He steps behind the current customer impatiently. Meanwhile, Karen comes storming over to her son and says, "Oh, they'll help their own employees before they help me." I look over to the hot case and see my co-worker helping a lady in a red smock. The store uniform is red polos, and I recognize the customer as a clerk in the shopping mall's thrift store. "Actually," I pipe up, my customer service cadence frayed and snippy, "she doesn't work here. She works at the Christian thrift store across the parking lot. She was waiting before you." Karen jumps back and glares at me. Her son knew I was there, but she obviously didn't. I'm sick of them buzzing around, so I ask her what she wants. She doesn't say anything and storms off, hiding her shame with self-righteous anger in the true Karen form. Later, the manager texted me to say she had complained. Joke's on her, I was dating the manager, so we only laughed about it. He also let me get away with throwing a corn dog at a guy in a Michael Vick jersey. Bless him. Are you allowed to do that? Are you allowed to actually like date your manager? I didn't think that was a thing, but I guess it is. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching and I will see you very soon.